Hi! You wouldn't think I'd be awkward at this, but I am. So, if a lot of people know me in this room, and they know I'm not the greatest person at being extremely sentimental. So, what is the first thing you do when you don't know what to do? You Google it. So, I Googled bridesmaid speech, and it said, start with your favorite love quote. And I was like, oh god, no. So I was like, alright, next website. Start with your favorite love song. Oh no, I'm not doing that. So I sat in my car driving to work day after day, and Kate's like, you're getting your speech together. I'm like, yeah, it's written, you know it. I got this. So I was like, as I'm driving in my car 3 days before the wedding, I'm like, what do I say? What do I say that's sentimental? I'm terrible at this. And I'm like, I could tell them about the time I threw her in the dead stingray. Is that sentimental? Like, and I just had all these sarcastic, funny stories to tell, which is what I'm usually good at. And then it wasn't until 2 days before the wedding, which a lot of you know. Sorry, I'm so stupid. But I walked into our bedroom that we shared for 21 years. I'm sorry. And her wedding dress was hanging in the middle of the room. And it wasn't then until I saw it amongst the room that we slept in every single night together that she would climb into my bed at the age of 21 years old because she was too afraid to sleep in her own bed 2 feet away. She was dreaming about The Exorcist, which she had never seen. And she would just be like, please roll over, let me in your bed. And we would stay up and we would hug stuffed animals and wait for Santa to come every night and lay in our potato sacks from Nazareth and watch Jeepers Creepers together and then fall asleep and just have the greatest times every day. As Lisa and everyone was telling me, you're going to tell about the time you beat the crap out of each other in the pool, right? I'm waiting for that part of the story. I hit the monster spot, you know. So I just wanted to, just seeing her wedding dress among everywhere we'd been in our childhood was just the most amazing thing. And we had this thing when we were growing up called the invisible checklist and the invisible clipboard. And it was to check off all her significant others if they met the criteria for me. So she'd be like, do you think he's mom and dad appropriate? I'm like, oh, I don't know, Kate. And then Kate met Rick. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kate and Rick's relationship. I need a little help from the DJ and my celebrity doppelganger. Whenever you're ready.
Woo!
This is for Taylor, my lookalike, and for Kate and Rick. I'm going to tell you their love story. She was real young, some doozies she dated. Mom, Dad, and I, we sat back and waited, closed our eyes. Where's Prince Charming in disguise? There was a skunk, a really tall boy too, but they weren't right, so to them she said, ah, due to her surprise. At Kenny's house, she saw his eyes. She came home and didn't know what to do, and my daddy said, hey, he might be right for you. So go on a date, go get Guitar Boy Kate. And Rick said, Kate, take my yellow rose and will you please be my girl? If you accept, I promise I will rock your world. You'll be my June and I'll be your Johnny. It's a love story. Kate, will please date me? Time went by, they fell deeply in love. There was rose petals and surprise wake-ups. We learned Rick's name, but Guitar Boy's on our wall of fame. Oh, they worked real hard and they graduated. Their future they much anticipated. They got themselves careers. Kate worked with trains, our biggest fears. But Rick loved Kate so much, he came down to Italy, moved in with the walls and were silly. He didn't care, 'cause Kate wasn't everything. The only thing that drove him nuts is that I would always sing, Rick, we love Kate, and wanted her to be as all time went by, and we found ourselves in the fall. Wanted to ask her, but had to ask Daddy. It's a love story, you probably sweat out the sea. He sat back and waited. Would he pop the question or would he not? Dave Matthews tickets were what she anticipated. Went to Center City, she was fraud. And all day she looked at her Ricky and knew for her he was the one. Even though they looked like twins and have a hybrid looking since she stared at her boathouse rowing, it made her heart sink. He knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me, Kate, Bob, I want you to be my wife. I want you as the only girl in my life. I talked to your dad, go pick out a white dress. It's a love story. Kate, Bob, please stay. So raise your glass to Rick and Kate.
16 years, I've never seen anything like that. That was one of the most amazing things I've ever